Good afternoon. Welcome to Mid-Cap Radar. I'm Sonal Bhutra. With me is Vivek Iyer. So far, it's been a decent Monday morning for the bulls. Mid-Cap has also recovered from the lows. It was trading in the red for a large amount of time during the trading day. The Nifty getting support from the Bank Nifty, the IT names, a lot of earnings which are expected today. So large caps will continue to be in focus, but we will put focus on mid-caps on the show today.
Absolutely right. And right on cue, the mid-cap index came into the green. Like you mentioned, a lot of IT stocks today doing quite well, and a couple of those names are actually keeping the IT index quite higher in the session. But quite a lot lined up on our show today. Let's start off with the top headlines. Mid-caps underperform as stocks trade in a narrow range on Dalal Street, with advances and declines balancing each other. Realty and financials eke out gains, while power and healthcare trade soft.
DMart owner Avenue Supermarts reports lower revenue growth and a margin dip in the second quarter. The retailer cites impact of online grocery sales on business. Leading analysts trim their growth forecasts. The stock slips.
Sudarshan Chemical Industries announces to buy promoter entities of Huback Colorants. Management says will not take any debt on books as part of the transaction. Stock slips in trade after Friday's rally.
Sources tell CNBC-TV18 that MTNL won't be allowed to shut and the NCLT route is ruled out as it will set a wrong precedent for a PSU. The revival plan is likely in the works for the beleaguered telecom company.
Wipro surges in trade today as the company's board announces to consider issuing bonus shares on October 17th.
Okay, 152 points gain on the Nifty is what we are looking at. The mid-caps are also recovering a bit, so it's a 30-point uptick on the mid-cap index right now. As I pointed out earlier, it's the Bank Nifty and Nifty IT which are supporting the gains that we are seeing today. But very interesting movers in the broader markets. We do have the realty space which is doing well today. Some of these auto names are doing well. We also have the PSU banking space which has made a comeback. So a lot of action which is happening there. And of course, in just a bit, Hormaz will talk about what's happening with individual movers as well. But as I said, it's a lot about Nifty earnings today. We have Reliance, there's HCL Tech, Wipro. So the focus continues to be there.
You're absolutely right. Focus as earnings season kicks off, and today, you will be seeing a significant weightage of the Nifty. That is Reliance Industries going ahead and delivering its results. As far as individual stocks are concerned, if you could pull up IEX, in the last 10 to 15 minutes of the session, it's seen quite a bit of a steep sell-off. So IEX now trading near the day's lowest point. But Hormaz is standing by the wall. He's had a look at all of the stocks that are moving around the broader end of the markets. Hormaz.
Plenty of stock-specific moves in the broader markets, even as the mid-cap index has recovered from the lows of the day. So we'll start off with the gainers, then within the broader markets. And most of these stocks are in the green in today's session. Aptus Value is one of them. Poly Medicure, Oberoi Realty, Raymond, all of them seeing healthy gains anywhere between 4 to 8%. But the actual action lies within the capital market names, and there is no stopping BSE heading towards 5,000 now, 10.5% higher on the stock. CDSL2 in tandem with BSE heading towards the highest point of the day, 8% higher there as well. And Angel One ahead of earnings seeing healthy gains in today's session. Some earnings reactions. Avenue Supermarts, of course, can't not talk about that, 8.5% lower. And Hathway Cable 2 seeing decent amount of gains after its results reported over the weekend. The stocks that are doing well on the back of very heavy volumes, apart from the ones that I mentioned earlier, they are also gaining on very heavy volumes. You have PNC Infratech, Minda, and Phenolics Industries are also trading on very strong volumes in today's session. And lastly, some stocks that are bucking the trend in today's session. Bandhan Bank seeing some bit of profit booking after Friday's surge. Tata Chemicals 2 at the lowest point of the day. Remember, both stocks are out of the FNO ban in today's session. And Saregama continues to see some profit booking, 5.5% lower at the lowest point of the day. Back to you guys.
All right. Okay. Interesting names out there. Some big moves that we are seeing. Something like a Hikal is up 6.5%. Greaves Cotton is up 6.5%. We have 63 Moons, which is surging in trade as we speak. But it's a good time to get a technical check on the markets. Ashish Kyal of Waste Strategies joining in for just that. Ashish, good afternoon. Thank you for joining in. Tell us what are the next levels to watch out for on the Nifty?
Hi, afternoon to you and all the viewers. If you look at Nifty, we can clearly see there is some attempt on the upside where the index is managing to move back about that 25,000 mark. We can see that it was failing to do that, and today there is a sustainability with a gap up. So it looks like a positive sign. If Nifty can manage to break that 25,150, I think there will be further up move which can be witnessed. We can also see sharp rise in the put side, open interest at around 25,000. That's a positive sign. So overall outlook is bullish. Any dip from here towards 25,100 can be used as a buying opportunity. Expecting a target of around 25,200 followed by 25,250 levels on the upside, and one can maintain a stop loss of 25,000. So the overall outlook is positive, and we can see that even Bank Nifty has started outperforming, and Bank Nifty is managing to be higher by more than 1%. So it looks like the rally can be led by Bank Nifty. We are expecting a target of around 52,500 on Bank Nifty from here on.
Ashish, what are your individual picks for the day?
The first topic is going to be Tech Mahindra. We can clearly see a very classic breakout that's happening on the upside in this IT stock, and it has been consolidating for some time. The volumes have picked up, bounced back from that 20-day DMA, and looks like we are headed towards the target of 1810. So Tech Mahindra, one can create long positions for target of 1810 with a stop loss of 1630. And the next stock on the buy side is Angel One. We can see that this stock has shown a very classic price consolidation and now breaking out again, possibly starting the third wave on the upside, which can be very strong and fast. So long positions can be created in Angel One. Stop loss can be maintained for this stock around 2690 levels, and expecting a target of 2980.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Ashish, for joining in with those technical picks. We'll slip into a break now. When we come back, we'll get you more on the markets and stock-specific action on the other side. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Midcap Radar. Well, the Tata Group is in focus, and Noel Tata is the new Tata Trust chairman. But the key question now is, will he step down from Tata Group companies' boards as he is now in charge of Tata Trust? Mangalam joins in with a list of companies where Noel Tata is a board member. Mangalam, over to you.
Absolutely, that is indeed the key question, as he has been ascended to head the Tata Trusts itself. He also, remembers, the chairman of the board of Trent, which is now a Nifty company. He's on the board, or is the chairman of the board of Tata Investment Corp, which is basically the holding company of all the listed Tata entities. It's a listed company as well. Then you have Voltas as well as Tata International. He's also vice chairman of Tata Steel and Titan, and also director on a couple of subsidiaries of Trent, like Trent Hypermarket Private Limited, Inditex Trent Retail Private Limited, and the non-Tata Group companies where he is on the board of companies or organizations, as you call it, Retailers Organization of India, the Cricket Club of India, Satnam Developers and Finance Private Limited, and Landmark Limited Part 9, which is basically a real estate company. So he sits on multiple boards. Now, if the articles of association of the Tata Group are to be believed, there is a clause for no compete or no conflict of interest. So now with his ascension to the board of Tata Trust itself, leading the Tata Trust itself, could there be a case for him to step down from all the other responsibilities that he has on the boards of all the other listed companies? Is something that we will have to monitor very closely over the next few days.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Mangalam, for joining in with all those details. In fact, earlier today, we spoke to Gurucharan Das, the former CEO of PNG, and he said the separation of family and management has been good for the group. Listen in.
The smooth takeover of the Tata Trusts by Noel from Ratan reflected good planning, good common sense, and it was a difficult job. The difficult job in this case was not this one. The difficult job had been done in 2017 when the family separated ownership from management and appointed an outstanding professional, Chandrasekharan, as CEO to manage the large group, and Ratan Tata became head of Tata Trusts. What you did was you separated ownership from management, which is the Achilles heel of Indian business.
Well, very interesting there. Let's just put the focus on IEX. A couple of minutes ago, you saw on your screen, some very important commentary coming in as far as the past secretary was concerned, where he has mentioned that as far as the short-term power market is concerned, the exchanges, the move towards market coupling is still on. Just to give some perspective as to what exactly does it mean, for the short-term power exchanges and what does it mean for IEX. Remember, market coupling essentially means that power pricing, or when you're talking about the discovery of power pricing on the short-term power exchanges, it will happen at a government entity. No longer will it be done at IEX, and which is why a lot of analysts on the street have mentioned that it means that there could be a structural shift away from IEX in terms of volumes, and the other exchanges can gain market share at the expense of IEX. In fact, LRA has said that market coupling can lead to market share loss from 84% to 70% by FY27, and by FY27, in case market coupling is implemented, they see almost a 19 to 20% cut as far as their EPS estimates are concerned. IFL in fact sees that there could be an even further cut as far as EPS is concerned. They see that market coupling is significantly negative as far as IEX is concerned. But it's now time to slip into a short break. We'll get you more on the markets and stock specific action on the other side. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into Midcap Radar on CNBC-TV18. Well, this is our segment Midcap Spotlight, and the stock on our radar is Gopal Snacks. There's an initiating coverage. Mangalam has all the details. Mangalam.
Remember, a couple of weeks ago, there was that big deal in the snacking space with Pratap Snacks, Sequoia actually going ahead and selling their stake to a couple of influential investors. And then, since then, the namkeen space has been pretty active. If you look at the spotlight out there. And now, Gopal Snacks is doing well in today's trading session. MK has initiated coverage. They have a buy rating and a target price of 600 rupees, which implies a good 120, 130 rupees up from current market price as well, based on 40 times price to earnings. The stock currently is trading at 32 times, so they believe that there could be some re-rating out here to 40 times. Why is that? Because the revenue profile of the company could actually see nearly 15% compounding over the next couple of years, and earnings can compound at nearly 29%, implying margin expansion as well. The reasons why they say that are 5. The first one is that they have onboarded professionals in their books or in their company. They have a strong back-end production capability as well. They have made a lot of innovations and renovations to their production pipeline, and they are looking to expand pan-India with added focus on alternate channels. And we've seen quick commerce grow fast for a lot of these companies as well, and branding supports with regards to the marketing spends also falling into place. And finally, the logistics back end, which would aid that the products that are in the stores would be extremely fresh and crunchy. All these things working well towards Gopal Snacks. The street is making a meal out of it with a 3.5% uptick after a rally that we've seen already in this stock.
Thank you so much for that, Mangalam. Also, results as far as Gopal Snacks is scheduled today. Let's now shift focus to Ipca Labs. Motilal Oswal is bullish on the stock with a buy rating. Ekta tells us more.
Thanks for that. Well, yes, Motilal has upgraded the stock to buy with a target price of 1950 odd rupees. According to them, Ipca Labs is at an inflection point. Ipca is well poised to deliver strong earnings growth over FY24 to 27. They expect broad-based growth in volume and pricing. And Ipca has been able to outperform the industry significantly in domestic formulations, making efforts to augment exports prospects via new launches, working on driving synergies from the Unichem acquisition, and they are geared up to revive their US business via improving US FDA compliance, new launches, and synergies as well. So overall, positive on Ipca.
Okay, all right. So that's about Ipca, 1.5% higher. But the other stock on our radar is Sudarshan Chemicals. After the company announces to buy promoter entities of UBAC Colorants, the board is also going to consider fundraising on October 16. Vivek, tell us more and some key management takeaways as well.
Well, you're absolutely right. So on Friday, we told you about how Sudarshan Chemicals was actually going and acquiring a larger entity compared to its own top line and its own size. In fact, it's gone ahead and acquired the colorants business of UBAC Global. Now, over the weekend, the company has told the exchanges that they have a board meeting that is scheduled on 16th October to consider fundraising. They have both equity as well as debt fundraising. Both of the options are on the table. Now, remember, the other stock in focus on the back of this particular development is the listed entity of Huback Colorants, which is Huback Colorants India. Now, the company has informed the exchanges that two of the promoter entities, yes, they have gone ahead and been acquired by Sudarshan Chemicals. So the next ideal step, that the market will be waiting as far as Huback Colorants is concerned is the fact that at what price, will an open offer be announced as far as the Indian listed entity is concerned. Now, when you're talking about, what exactly is Sudarshan Chemicals paying, they are giving a total consideration of close to 1,180 crore. The company told us, that they aren't taking on any debt for this particular deal. So, more details as far as, what exactly will be the capex outlay will be keen to watch. And in fact, today, Axis Capital has written a note on this particular deal. They are saying that the deal will be accretive, value accretive for Sudarshan Chemicals on the back of the fact that the product portfolio of Huback has a higher share of coatings and corrosives. So it should be complementary to Sudarshan's existing portfolio. They also see significant expansion as far as the global network is concerned, and also the valuation at which the deal has been done is very attractive, 0.2 times calendar year 2023 revenue of close to 0.9 billion euros. Now, remember, earlier today we spoke with the management of Sudarshan Chemicals to get more details on this particular development. Let's listen in to the key takeaways from that conversation.
Through this business, we are buying 17 manufacturing plants in 11 countries, right? And I have access to all the major customers globally across Europe, Americas, and Asia. The deal is for the global business, right? Part of the business, which is the German business, had gone into insolvency. So for that, we've done an asset deal. And the other global business is a share deal, right? And for both these acquisitions together, we are paying euro 127.5 million. And on a debt-free basis. So we don't get any debt.
Okay, no debt. It looks like too good to be true, a deal, because we know that Huback was reeling under a lot of debt pressure. One of the reasons for this transaction has been that there was a lot of indebtedness. So we'll have to see which way things go, because the enterprise value right now does not consider any debt, which does not look like the likely case as well. But if we look at the markets for now, mid-cap index has picked up some more pace, 50 points higher there. And when we started the show, it was up around 20 points. So yes, there is some buying that we are seeing from the lower levels. Nifty continues to be at a gain of 160 points. Bank Nifty is the one which is lending support. But if we talk for some of the broader market movers, you have CDSL, which is surged in how it's up around 7.5%. There's a big surge in 63 moons as well on large volumes. That stock is up 10% as we speak. BSE, of course, is the other one which has been surging in trade since the time NEC announced Nifty as one of the expiries for them. So BSE up 8.5% today. It's up 20% since the time that announcement was made. So a lot of movers reacting to news updates.
In fact, if you're talking about, the exchange-related stocks, you spoke about BSE, that's doing very well in the session. CDSL is doing very well. But the one stock that's actually sulking is IEX. That's on the back of the news flow that you did see, it's down almost 5.5%. And in fact, in the last month or so, the stock has lost significant amount, in terms of selling pressure that it has witnessed. This is on the back of the overhang that we are seeing as far as market coupling is concerned. Another couple of stocks on the radar, if you pull up the intraday charts of IGL, MGL, as well as Gujarat Gas, all three of these particular stocks have witnessed significant selling pressure. So all of the OMCs today, there are fears that there could be a higher proportion of APM gas allocation.
No, and there would be a lower allocation given to them.
Allocation, sorry. Yes.
But again, the conversations that I have had with the industry, they have not received any official confirmation from the government yet. But do remember, there has been a cut in APM gas allocation to all these companies. During COVID, it was around 115%. Most of the gas was going to city gas distribution companies because it was the priority sector. But now it's around 86%, expected to come down further to levels of around 65 to 70% as well. But you were mentioning IEX. We do have the Power Secretary's bite coming in terms of plan for market coupling for power exchanges. Let's listen into that.
What the status on the power coupling, sir? So
no, that's on.
That's on.
Yeah.
Okay, so the government is committed.
Committed.
Okay, it's a very, very important commentary coming in there, very clearly mentioning that market coupling is on. And, they've not yet given a timeline. There could be some time that it happens, given the fact that Grid India continues to run what is essentially called as a testing to go ahead and implement market coupling. But with that, it's all the time we have on this edition of Midcap Radar. Your stocks when we return.